Hello everyone, this is Chris and welcome back to another Seed Showcase. Welcome to this very generic forest spawn on top of this very shiny diamond pillar inside of this very not so generic seed, because inside this seed, actually not too incredibly far from spawn, there's actually quite a handful of unique and rare type of biomes you don't normally see unless you travel out thousands upon thousands of blocks. But this only has a couple hundred blocks of travel, along with a few other noteworthy things on the seed. So yeah, looks can be deceiving, especially for this seed. And speaking of this seed, let's begin straight away, not wasting any time, and showing you the seed right there, which is those bunch of numbers right there. You type them all into the seed generator, and you will spawn in right here, not on top of a shiny diamond pillar, but right here, right by a little river. So in case you just want to sail your way around or something like that, then that's totally an option you could do. But in case you are looking for some of these rare types of biomes, then you need not look too far, because if you just turn your way right around here and you head out, I don't know, 100, maybe 200 blocks down this beachway for just far enough, then you'll eventually come across one of Minecraft's rarest biomes, the Mushroom Island. And this one is a very big one, because it stretches out all the way over here and all the way around here. And yeah, it's really massive. You can do lots and lots of projects with this. It's also you probably saw it a little bit back here, but it's also connected to land, so you get a little teaser of that sort of a really luscious green grass that you only get here. So whether that's a positive or a negative is entirely up to you, but yeah, to have it just like 100, maybe 200 blocks just away from spawn, really cool to have. I don't know if it came through, but I felt like I was losing my breath every time I finished a sentence there. I guess I should probably just slow down in speaking and say that because this island is really big, like a pretty decent sized mushroom island, that means it lent itself onto a decent number of extra things. First off, if you head your way right over here, right to these coordinates, and dig your way down just a few blocks, you'll eventually find buried treasure. Yes, buried treasure with your Hearts of the Sea, with some free chainmail armor, music disc, and some TNT. So yeah, really accessible, really easy. And from view of the buried treasure, there's actually some icebergs just sitting your way right over here. So yeah, easily accessible, packed ice, normal ice, some snow, and all that sorts of stuff you find inside of here. And there's one other thing that links up to this one Mushroom Island. So you remember how over there it linked up to the land, linking up to spawn? Well, there's actually a second part that links up to the mainland, and it's just over here. Yes, another part. And the reason it's significant for this one is because it links onto another rare biome, the Mega Taiga biome, which isn't so special anymore. Like, you can get podzol and these big spruce trees really easily, but just to see one of these biomes like in person, just without having to make it yourself, is really nice to explore and just, you know, to see the landscape for it. And yes, it also even has a village, a Mega Spruce Taiga Village. I don't think it actually spawns in normally, so this was just some really lucky generation. I don't believe this one has a blacksmith, but to have some free food, to have some other things like that, it's pretty nice. You know, I think all these places are just a little too tropical and a little too warm. So how about we head our way into one of Minecraft's coolest and rarest biomes, the Ice Spikes biome. So yeah, you only get one just a few hundred blocks from here, and you get an area completely filled with ice spikes scattered around the place. And sure, you could get packed ice and blue ice and ice from the icebergs, but just to see a biome like this is something which is pretty unique. You don't really get the experience of just walking around a place like this too often. And you also don't get to experience something else which is just by this place, because just over here we get ourselves a ruined portal. And not only a ruined portal, the biggest type of ruined portal you can find in the game. You get this massive one filled with lava, obsidian, and yes, this is, I think, the rarest type you can find. Like, I've not seen any of these really, so yeah, pretty rare thing next to a pretty rare biome. But in case that one rune portal, that one mega one, wasn't enough for you, wasn't rare enough, then I'd recommend you head your way over here, over to these coordinates, because just right here, just right by this patch of ice, we'll find ourselves another rune portal. And this one is a little more rare, because this one has no crying obsidian, and it's only missing 2 obsidian to go straight to the nether. And because it has this chest in here, that means you have a random chance of actually getting the obsidian needed to actually go to the nether with no effort required. I mean, minus the little bit of a journey, but yeah, mine is like actually gathering the obsidian yourself. So yeah, really rare thing. And right by here, just over here, we'll actually find ourselves an igloo, and you wouldn't even be able to spot it because it blends in so well with the landscape, because yeah, you can't really see it because it's completely made of snow. And the only problem with it being stuck inside the landscape is that the door is a bit blocked up, but that's no problem because you could just dig your way through. And it's a strange torch. Okay. There's also a hidden room just under here, and if we head our way down here, some of this is actually a little bit flooded. From what I remember, it has a little bit of water for some strange reason, but yeah, you still get your golden apple, you still get your blaze, not your blaze, your brewing stand, your weakness potion, and you get yourselves 2 free villagers. Not sure how you're going to get them out of here, but yes, 2 villagers nonetheless. But let's say getting those 2 villagers deep from underground, out from underground is too hard, then maybe you want to head your way over to this village, which isn't too far from where we just were. So yeah, you get yourself more tundra villages, more snowy villages, and just underneath here, if we dig our way at, I believe it's these coordinates, you do have to, destroy a little bit of this house, but it's all worth it in case you want to head your way down here far enough, then because you'll find yourself the end portal room with the portal itself, and it's a little bit on the empty side, but still it's not too incredibly hard to get to. After you're finished with the stronghold, we're gonna kind of go in a sort of circle-like direction across the maps. In some way, shape, or fashion, because there's things, again, in a spherical-like way that links its way back up to spawn. First off, with this one village right here, sitting on the edge of the water, so you get sort of tundra villages just outside of snow, but then has snow there. It's a very weird thing. And what's even weirder is this frozen pirate ship sitting on land. Something I can't really say I see too often, but yeah, you have one just right here, just with some water-logged chests, I guess, filled with more shipwrecks, not shipwrecks, filled with more treasure maps, more treasure. And you know what? Let's see if we can find this treasure. I'm gonna hit it any second now. I can feel it. Here it is. Here's the treasure, and you get yourself a cake. That ain't too bad, and a diamond, and your heart of the sea. So yeah, not a bad haul at all. It's at this point that we're going to be going back into some more tropical areas, and on the way we're going to pass a coral reef filled with, your corals, your fish, and everything like that. So it's a pretty nice place to have. I feel like sometimes my brain and my mouth don't work together in order to make a sentence that makes sense. Well, regardless if that happens or not, the next place we'll be heading to is this village, because this one is one of the only ones which I actually found with a blacksmith. So yeah, you get your free loot, you get your obsidian even. So in case you want to do a really long trip to get that last obsidian for that one rune portal, then by all means. But you probably saw it. Speaking of rune portals, there's another one just sitting right here. But you still get 2 blocks of gold, you still get your chest filled with some random loot, and you still get all sorts of types of things around here. And speaking of things around here, just over here, you see it now, you get an outpost sitting just outside the village. So in case you ever want to make a raid happen, then this is basically a really, really good place to do it, because, like, the path to the village is, where was it? I saw it a second ago. Yeah, the path is right here, and the outpost is right here, so this is basically prime real estate for a raid to happen. And with that, we're taken right back to spawn. So yeah, those were all the main things I saw in this seed, which I thought were interesting. Let me know down in the comments in case you find something interesting on the seed yourself, or in case you have a seed yourself that you want me to check out. But other than that, that's pretty much all I have for you now. So thanks for watching, and I will see you all later.